More than 20 years ago, we started a seed of an idea of starting something that eventually became the Center for Families. And the dean of the college, Don Felker, was someone that had been a mentor for me in all of the academic areas of the college, but also in the areas of philanthropy and women's leadership. He had unfortunately passed away in the fall of 1993, and we decided to honor him. We would do some kind of a conference that involved women and philanthropy and honoring his support of women in leadership. And Anne Hancock was still very much involved with those kinds of discussions, and we put together a conference and we went around the room and we talked a little bit about how Purdue was handling those situations and doing research. But we went around the room with this famous question: if you had $1 million and knowing that Purdue could solve these problems in the College of Consumer and Family Sciences at the time, how would you give this money?
Well, it was a fascinating idea because, first of all, I had never been in a meeting of all women where anyone ever suggested that there might be $1 million available somewhere in that group of women. Mm-hmm. That was pretty flattering. Mm-hmm. But I was really intrigued with thinking about that, and I had been giving a lot of thought to how I might be financially involved at Purdue at some point. And that really sparked my interest to start thinking about exactly how would I want to be involved. And so out of that came my thoughts on, well, maybe it would be a great idea to give $1 million to something that has to do with families. For one thing, nobody was even thinking about funding something like that. And home economics and consumer and family sciences were so feminine, so female, and that we stitched and stirred and did what we were supposed to do as far as taking care of people. So it was really showing how to come out of that shell. And I still stitched and stirred, but I also did these other things. And I think that what I loved about going out and meeting with women and getting them excited about being advocates was when I started telling about how it feels when you realize that all of the things that we've learned to do our whole lives in our families can now be a much bigger story.
So by funding a Center for Families, it was really the foundation of everything we do. Mm-hmm. And I've always felt that sense of pride that what you put it out there front and center, that research on families was really what our university should be doing in order to make all these other things happen. We just heard about the astronauts all the time. Mm-hmm. So you put families into the university conversation, and that was really special.